Greetings everyone, hope you're all doing well. When someone greets us in this manner, two things may cross our minds. It can either be a question about how well we are doing or how unwell we are. One of the important aspects that differentiates between being well and being unwell is pain. Be it sickness, physical injury, or emotional hurt, we experience pain. Pain is a stinging, pinching sensation that we experience when we are hurt. Studies reveal that whether we are physically hurt or emotionally hurt, the same part of the brain is activated to let us know that we are hurt. Pain is generated when we come in contact with things that can harm us or hurt us. The sensory nerve that is in contact will send this information to the brain. The brain registers this information and sends back required information to the sensory nerve that is in contact in the form of pain to let us know that we are hurt. Why do we experience pain? We experience pain to understand that we are hurt. Imagine if you are in a situation where you're harming or hurting yourself and do not experience pain. Isn't it dangerous for our survival? Hence, pain is considered as an important parameter for our survival. On this note, let's learn about emotional pain and emotional hurt. Emotional pain is caused when we are emotionally hurt. Unlike physical pain that is concentrating on one particular region of our body, emotional pain is distributed all through our body, and we experience this pain in our muscles, upper limbs, lower limbs, upper back, lower back, chest and abdominal regions, palms and feet. So the next time when you are emotionally hurt, try to locate your emotional pain in the parts of your body. Why do we experience emotional hurt? We experience emotional hurt when we lose balance in our emotional and mental being due to stress, struggles, and relationship issues, which are again caused because of our unaligned expectations with reality. Expectations can be towards ourselves, expectations can be towards our surroundings, which include people, situations, and various other aspects. Expectations towards ourselves determines our self-esteem. Expectations towards our surroundings will determine the levels of trust and boundaries that we build towards our surroundings. We experience emotional hurt and pain when we are less vigilant, less precautious, and less prepared towards mental safety. Sometimes we can cause emotional hurt and pain to people around us because of our negligence and being less vigilant and precautious towards mental safety. Sometimes others can cause us emotional hurt and pain when they are less vigilant and precautious towards mental safety. Now that we heard of this term mental safety for several times, let us also learn what mental safety is. According to Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety, mental safety is defined as the condition in which one's mental health is not harmed due to negligent or reckless ways. So, how do we prevent causing emotional hurt and emotional pain? Although we cannot avoid from experiencing emotional hurt and pain from others, we still can try to prevent causing emotional hurt and pain towards others. And the first step towards doing it is by staying on the learning and knowing side of ourselves and our surroundings. When we constantly prefer to stay on the learning and knowing side of ourselves and surroundings, we will learn to align our expectations with reality. We will build our expectations and boundaries based on reality. We will learn how much we can expect from others and how much we can offer others, how much others can expect from us and offer us. So in doing so, we can try to prevent causing emotional hurt and pain to an extent. Now that we learnt about the causes and the preventive measures of emotional hurt and pain, let's also learn how emotional pain and hurt is helping us in our lives in various ways. Experiencing emotional hurt and pain is helping us to lead our life in a better way. We all have had our own experiences and struggles, and what we are today is because of our past experiences and life lessons that we had. So, experiencing emotional hurt and pain is indeed helping us to lead our life in a better way. It is making us a better person for tomorrow, and it is helping us to lead our life in a better way. It is also helping us to empathize and build relationships with people around us. When we come across people who had a similar or experiencing similar experiences like what we had before, we naturally tend to empathize and support them, and in doing so we are building relationships with them. So experiencing emotional hurt and pain is helping us to empathize and build relationships with people. It's also helping us to grow stronger and become immune to emotional and mental imbalance. The first time when we had an emotional hurt, we might have experienced excruciating pain. But in the later times, we might have dealt with it in a better way. We might have found out ways to deal with it in a better way, and the pain that we had in our later times may be little lesser than what we had before. So experiencing emotional hurt and pain is helping us to grow stronger and become immune to emotional and mental imbalance. Now that we learned about how emotional hurt and pain is helping us in our lives, let us also learn how to deal with emotional hurt and pain. When you realize that you are experiencing emotional hurt and pain, the first thing to do is to attend your emotions. Sit with your emotions, understand why you are experiencing certain emotions in certain ways. Try to accept your emotions. Understand that it is okay to feel what you feel at this moment. And the third thing to do is to deal with your emotions. Deal with your emotions in a healthy, harmless ways. Try to find out ways that you can cope up with. Maybe talking to a friend can help you, or journaling your thoughts and feelings can help you, or maybe talking to a counselor can help you. Find a healthy, harmless way to cope up with your emotions. Now, what should we do when we experience guilt? The first thing to do is to attend, accept, and deal with your emotion. The second thing to do is to appealingly apologize without anticipating any sort of response from the person that you have caused harm to. Sometimes we tend to expect certain response from people when we apologize to them. But what if our expectations are turned down? Don't we feel more hurt and more painful? So it's always better to appeal an apology instead of anticipating any sort of response from them. And the third most important thing to do is to be compassionate towards yourself. Understand that we are humans and not perfect beings, and we make mistakes, and these mistakes are helping us to be a better person tomorrow. So try to be compassionate towards yourself. Try to forgive yourself, and in doing so, we can deal with our guilt in a healthy way. Now let us also learn what the Bible is teaching us about pain and hurt. Galatians chapter 5 verse 22 says, "The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." It says long-suffering is a fruit of the Spirit, and as children of God, we are expected to bear this fruit of the Spirit. Romans chapter 5 verses 3 to 4 says, "We rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that sufferings will produce endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us." So we need to understand that rejoicing in our suffering will help us produce endurance, character, and hope. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 30 says, "Blows that hurt cleanse away evil, as do stripes the inner depths of the heart." So it clearly explains us that experiencing emotional hurt and pain will make us a better person tomorrow. It cleanses our heart, it makes us a better person. So may we bear the fruit of the Spirit, which is long suffering and endurance. May we rejoice in our suffering to produce endurance, character, and hope.